breaking the cycle of overparenting, the silent habit that could be damaging your child's future. Parenting is one of the most fulfilling experiences in life, but it can also be overwhelming. We want to raise children who are confident, capable, and equipped to face the world. But what if the very things we're doing to help them could unintentionally be limiting their growth? One such habit, though often well-meaning, is overparenting. Overparenting, or micromanaging your child's life to an extreme degree, can cause lasting harm to their emotional resilience, independence, and confidence. As parents, we may not even realize we're doing it. However, this seemingly harmless tendency to step in and protect our children from every challenge can have far-reaching consequences for their development. This blog will explore how overparenting affects your child, why it's so easy to fall into this trap, and most importantly, how you can break the cycle to allow your child to thrive in the real world. Understanding overparenting more than just being protective. Overparenting isn't about being overly strict or controlling. In fact, it often comes from a place of love, with parents believing they are helping their children succeed. But while it may seem like you're doing your best to guide them, overparenting can actually rob them of valuable learning experiences that help them grow into well-adjusted, independent adults. At its core, overparenting is a form of helicopter parenting, hovering over your child, constantly overseeing their decisions, schoolwork, social interactions, and every other part of their lives. The desire to protect and ensure their success is natural, but when it becomes excessive, it can prevent children from developing essential life skills like problem-solving, critical thinking, and emotional resilience. The hidden harm of overparenting on your child's self-esteem. Children are highly impressionable. They take cues from their environment, particularly from their parents, on how to navigate the world. When overparenting becomes a constant presence in their lives, it can silently chip away at their self-esteem. 1. Loss of confidence. Over time, children may start to believe that they aren't capable of handling tasks or challenges on their own. If they're constantly told what to do, how to do it, or prevented from making mistakes, they begin to question their own abilities. As a result, they may develop a lack of self-efficacy, the belief that they cannot succeed without help. Insight. Confidence is built through the experience of facing challenges and succeeding on one's own. By stepping in too often, we rob children of the opportunity to feel proud of their own accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. 2. Dependency on external validation. Children who grow up under the shadow of overparenting often start to rely on their parents for validation. If parents are constantly stepping in to fix things or guide every decision, children may not learn how to assess situations or make decisions independently. They may grow up looking to others to affirm their choices, which can lead to self-doubt and an over-reliance on external approval. Insight. True self-esteem comes from within. Children need to feel empowered to trust their own judgment. By not allowing them to make their own decisions, we stifle their ability to build self-reliance. 3. Increased anxiety. Paradoxically, overparenting can also make children feel anxious. When parents are over-involved, children may feel they're under constant scrutiny, which heightens their stress and fear of making mistakes. This fear of failure can ultimately prevent them from taking risks, which is an essential part of learning and growing. Insight. Anxiety thrives in an environment where failure is not allowed. Children need space to make mistakes, learn from them, and build the coping skills that will serve them throughout life. Why overparenting persists? The psychological traps we fall into. Overparenting often comes from a well-meaning place. Parents want to protect their children and ensure they succeed. However, it's easy to fall into this trap without even realizing it. Understanding why overparenting is so common can help us break free from it. 1. Fear of failure. As parents, we often fear that our children will fail, especially when they're faced with something challenging. The thought of watching them struggle can be painful, so we step in to prevent it. However, failure is an inevitable part of life, and avoiding it at all costs can do more harm than good. Insight. Children who never face challenges may struggle to cope with disappointment when they inevitably encounter it later in life. Learning to cope with failure is essential for resilience. 2. The desire to be the perfect parent. In today's world, many parents feel an intense pressure to be the perfect parent. With social media showcasing seemingly flawless families, it's easy to feel inadequate. This leads some parents to become over-involved in their children's lives, trying to ensure their success at all costs. Insight. Perfectionism is a dangerous ideal that often leads to anxiety and frustration for both parents and children. No parent is perfect, and the goal should be to raise resilient, independent children, not perfect ones. 3. The need for control. Parents often feel a need to control every aspect of their child's life to keep them on track. This might stem from a desire to shield them from the challenges we once faced or to give them opportunities we didn't have. However, excessive control can limit a child's growth and sense of autonomy. Insight. Perfectionism is a dangerous ideal that often leads to anxiety and frustration for both parents and children. No parent is perfect, and the goal should be to raise resilient, independent children, not perfect ones. 3. The need for control. Parents often feel a need to control every aspect of their child's life to keep them on track. This might stem from a desire to shield them from the challenges we once faced or to give them opportunities we didn't have. However, excessive control can limit a child's growth and sense of autonomy. Insight. Children need space to explore and learn on their own. Over-controlling behaviors can create resentment and hinder a child's development of self-control and personal agency. How to break the cycle of overparenting. Strategies for empowering your child. Breaking free from the cycle of overparenting requires patience, self-awareness, and trust in your child's abilities. Here are some practical strategies to help you empower your child to become more independent, confident, and resilient. 1. Trust in their abilities. Start by shifting your mindset. Recognize that your child is more capable than you may realize. Even if they make mistakes, trust that they have the ability to learn and grow. This doesn't mean you stop offering support, but it does mean allowing them the autonomy to handle things on their own. Action step. Let them make decisions about their own lives, whether it's choosing their school supplies, deciding on extracurricular activities, or handling conflicts with friends. These experiences will help them build confidence in their decision-making abilities. 2. Encourage independence through age-appropriate challenges. Give your child tasks that are appropriate for their age and ability level, and encourage them to tackle them independently. Start with small tasks and gradually increase the level of difficulty as they grow. Action step. Give your child responsibility for certain household chores or projects. Allow them to take ownership of their work, even if it's not done perfectly. The process of completing the task will boost their confidence and reinforce their problem-solving abilities. 3. Normalize mistakes and failures. Instead of shielding your child from failure, embrace it as a part of the learning process. Help your child understand that mistakes are not something to fear, but an opportunity to grow. When they make a mistake, discuss what went wrong and how they can improve next time. Action step. Share your own mistakes and failures with your child. Model resilience by showing them how you learn from your own errors. This will teach them that it's okay to fail as long as they keep trying. 4. Promote self-reflection. Encourage your child to reflect on their experiences and emotions. Self-reflection helps children understand their own thoughts and feelings, allowing them to become more self-aware and better equipped to handle future challenges. Action step. After a challenging situation, ask your child how they felt and what they learned from the experience. This helps them internalize lessons and fosters emotional intelligence. 5. Be patient and compassionate with yourself. Breaking the cycle of overparenting is not an overnight process. It takes time and patience, both for you and your child. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this shift, and remember that progress is gradual. Action step. Set realistic expectations for yourself and acknowledge small wins along the way. Each step toward empowering your child is a victory, even if it feels challenging at times. Conclusion. Raising independent, confident, and resilient children. As parents, we naturally want the best for our children. But sometimes the best thing we can do is let them learn and grow on their own, even when it's uncomfortable to watch. By breaking the cycle of overparenting, we allow our children to develop the skills they need to thrive in the real world. Remember, parenting isn't about being perfect. It's about fostering an environment where your child feels supported, valued, and empowered to face the challenges of life with confidence. By trusting in their abilities and encouraging independence, you are giving them the greatest gift of all, the ability to thrive on their own.